Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest from CIPS MENA. My name is Lubna Al-Muhammadi, and I'm the Executive Manager at CIPS KSA. Today's webinars is about how to become fully qualified procurement professional. We are excited to host our female procurement professionals, Asma Al-Atabi and Arid Al-Ghamdi, and hear about their journey to becoming a fully qualified procurement professional. During the session, we will also provide details of the Women in Procurement Applied Learning Program, which leads to full CIPS recognition. If you have any question during the session, please type them in the Q&A section. We will allocate some time at the end of the session to answer all your questions. And now I would like to hand over to our Head of Strategic Solution, Atya. Atya, over to you.
Thank you very much, Lubna. Hello, everybody, and good evening. Good morning and good afternoon from where you're all joining us. I will just be sharing my screen with you. Just give me 1 second. Oops. Can you ladies all see my screen? Thank you for the introduction, Lubna. My name is Atya Khalil. I'm Head of Strategic Development at CIPS MENA. I've been in the region for around 10 years and have been fortunate enough to meet many of you that are joining us today and have worked with many clients in the region. Today, as Lubna kindly said, we will be talking about women in procurement, the applied learning that CIPS have put together for the women in procurement, and just to tell you a little bit more about CIPS and what we do. I'd like to first and foremost introduce CIPS. We are a chartered body. We hold a charitable status. We have what we call the CIPS awarding body. We have a membership organization with over 115,000 members worldwide. We offer CIPS for Business, where we work with organizations in the region and individuals like-mindedly. We hold the Royal Charter, and like any profession, CIPS is the awarding body for all procurement and supply chain qualifications, accreditation, and organizations that we work with. Where in the world are we? We are in MENA. We mentioned Dubai. We also have a very strong offering in Saudi Arabia, all the GCC countries, and all our neighboring countries in North Africa also. We have offices based in the United States, our head office in Europe, Turkey, Africa, and Australasia also. What I'd like to do today is address something which is very noticeable and something that we at CIPS have worked very hard to try and establish a procurement profession qualification for individuals. What we've realized is, like many other professions, women are significantly represented at a senior level. And we looked at ways in which we can address these issues and what can we offer to females and women in procurement in the region and around the world. And what we've put together, and I will go through shortly, is an accredited program. It's an internationally accredited program that is delivered by CIPS, representing the profession of procurement and supply chain. We worked hard to ensure that this was different from other programs that we were offering. And what we've done is we've included the program to be exclusively for women. We cover the core content and foundation of procurement and supply chain, but equally we've ensured that we've added mentoring sessions, role modeling sessions, thought leadership sessions with lots of women globally who hold senior procurement jobs and professions. And this is specifically for delegates by senior female procurement leaders in the region. One thing we'd also like to add into this program, hopefully once the pandemic has eased a little, is an exchange trip to visit benchmark organizations in other parts of the world to also form part of the program. We actually have a Women in Procurement Applied Learning program currently running. This was the first cohort that started in 2020. It was a very successful program. We actually designed the program for female procurement professionals, and the program is also delivered by senior procurement professionals also. We had a fantastic networking session where we exchanged ideas. We talked about the challenges that we face as females in procurement, but also the benefits of being a woman in procurement. I will go into the program now. The program lasts around 12 to 18 months, and I'll just go into further details of the applied learning. So why would you, as a female working in procurement or looking at pursuing a career in procurement, want to undertake this applied learning program? First and foremost, it's learning from a wider sphere than what you already have in terms of experience. It shows commitment to the profession and career development for you as an individual. It allows you to demonstrate expertise and knowledge to your colleagues. It helps you to stand out, and I'll go into this shortly about the recognition that MCIPS has in the region. It builds your confidence. It is a globally recognized qualification, and it can lead to increased salaries. What we found through salaries that have been undertaken is that individuals who have MCIPS, which is the highest level of qualification designation that you can have, 15%, there's a salary disparity between professional with MCIPS and those without. And we're now finding that more and more recruiters, 67%, will request that candidates with MCIPS or those studying towards it will be given preference. We find now that when we see more and more procurement jobs being advertised, be it on LinkedIn or our own platforms, more and more organizations are requesting that individuals have their MCIPS or at least working towards their MCIPS. The applied learning program is the program that we have now contextualized and tailored for our ladies in procurement. We have 3 levels within our procurement qualifications. We have the practitioner level, which is the diploma membership of CIPS. Anyone who's undertaking our qualifications will know the diploma level is level 4. We then have the advanced practitioner, which is the equivalent of level 5 and 6, which is where you will receive your MCIPS. If you are taking the qualification, this will be the equivalent of the level 6, which is the professional qualifications, and it's also equivalent to an honours degree level. We then have the master practitioner program, which once we've achieved our MCIPS, we can look at moving on to. What I'd like to do is just quickly explain for anyone who is interested in joining our applied learning program, how the program is structured. We have what we call a skills gap analysis, where as an organization or an individual, if you'd like to understand your current competencies, you'd like to understand areas of development and how CIPS can support you in your learning journey, in your training journey, we will be able to undertake a skills gap analysis for you and provide you with an individual training and development plan. And it will also determine whether you're starting at what we call the practitioner level, which, as I previously mentioned, is our diploma level, level 4, or the advanced practitioner, which is the equivalent of going on to level 6. So we use the skills gap analysis as an entry criteria as to what level you'll begin at, but also as a training and development plan for you as an individual or for your organization to understand the talent and also the development areas for your team. What we then do is we will hold an induction, so you are fully aware of what the program entails. You are fully aware of the way in which the program is accredited. So there are no examinations for this program. They are all assignment-based programs. And then you'll move on to what we call either the practitioner level or the advanced practitioner level. If you are determined to join at our practitioner level, you will undertake a program which covers the core foundation of procurement. You will understand the basics of procurement and be able to apply this within your role. When you go on to the advanced program, this is a much more strategic program, which allows you to work towards being in a more senior role within procurement and undertaking our modules. As I've mentioned, it is an assignment-based route to MCIPS, so there are no exams that you would need to undertake. And once we speak to the ladies on the panel today, you will have the opportunity to understand firsthand how they experienced the program, how they felt the program benefited them, and how it's helped them within their careers. I'm just going to quickly highlight some of the modules. So this is a typical advanced practitioner program. As I mentioned earlier, it is a much more strategic program, but once you've completed the advanced practitioner program, you will then be given your MCIPS, which is the designation that you can use after your name. There are 5 modules, but you will see in the women program, we actually have included the second part, which is the event, which is the networking and mentoring. The event will feature presentations, as I mentioned, by senior and influential female leaders in procurement and supply chain. The one we ran recently for our team, we were fortunate enough to have senior procurement professionals joining us from Abu Dhabi governments. We had procurement professionals joining us from the UK, and they were very inspirational leaders in procurement and supply chain. And we also included individual one-to-one mentoring sessions with the senior procurement professionals. You'll see after module 1, we've also included the field trip, which is the site visit, as I mentioned, to a global location. We will always try and find a location where we have a senior procurement professional, be that a VP or a CPO female senior leader, senior executive who's able to forward on their subject matter expertise to you. And then we have the final module, which will take place. We will be running graduation ceremonies for all individuals who successfully complete the program. And like I said, this is an accredited program. So if you complete the practitioner level, you will be awarded with the CIPS diploma. If you complete the advanced practitioner program, you will achieve your MCIPS. As part of your program, you are given CIPS membership. I'm proud to say that we have some females on the screen who have been awarded with MCIPS, FCIPS, our Female Procurement Professional of the Year, certified qualifications. It will allow you to have a network of women. I know today we have a mix of females and males joining us. So we would hope that you would appreciate your colleagues, your team members, to work with CIPS and to achieve their applied learning program. I have a few examples of some of the organizations that we're working with very closely. We've worked with them to enhance skill sets for all team members, including female team members as well. And the program that we are talking about today, the Applied Learning Program, is exclusively for women in procurement, but we do offer the standard Applied Learning Program, which anyone is more than welcome to join. So once we have finished the presentation today, we will be including some contact details where you can get in touch with CIPS to find out more about the Women in Procurement program, but also find out more about the Applied Learning program too. So thank you very much. We will be taking questions, so we'll be checking the Q&A as we continue with the presentations, and I will hand it back to Lubna now. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Atia. Thank you. This is really brilliant information regarding the CIPS program for the ladies. For the ladies who care about this program, we have here a link to press and join to put their information to join us and have more information again to send to you after that. So let's back to our ladies. We have here Asma Latabi and Arij Lamdi. We would like to hear from them more about this program and how this program changing their career path. So let's start with Asma. Asma, can you, how are you first, Asma?
Hello, hi Lubna, how are you?
Hi dear Asma, how are you? Asma dear, can you talk a little bit about your background as an education and your challenge in that you face in your career path?
Okay, first of all, thank you for inviting me to this webinar, and thank you for everyone joining the webinar today. I will start talking about myself, a little bit about my background. I earned my master in public policy and administration. Then after that, joined a career in 2015. Now I'm completing 6th year in the field of procurement. In my early career, I joined the practitioner level of CIPS. It took us about in applied learning and took us about 13 months to achieve it. it's a quite challenging before and after. Let me state before and after CIPS. Before I learned it as a practice. I didn't study it. I learned from my colleague, the company policy and procedure, process, workflow, how they do it. This is the way I learned it. Then when I joined CIPS, the applied learning program, I learned more theoretical, how the world standard work for procurement. I earned the benefit, actually, a lot of benefit of this program, especially in drafting clauses, contract, sourcing stage in particular, negotiation, special negotiation. It's a skill, but you can earn it by time, by practice. However, in the CIPS program, I learned how to tackle questions, how to well prepared before negotiation, before meeting with suppliers. I start doing this actually in my life even. Like it's out of my career, out of CIPS program. It's a part of my habit now. It's part of my personality. So the challenging I faced during during my journey to earn a practitioner level was managing my time in a career. I work for time job, and the same time I have to study and write my exam, write my paper, and meet the expectation of the company I work for. So this was the challenge for me, and but it went well, and now I'm ready for MSIPS. In my journey to MSIPS, inshallah, to be fully qualified. Yes, this is all about my journey.
This is great. So you can touch the difference between your career path before and after getting the CIPS qualification.
Yes, exactly. Like you do it as a practice. Then when you do theoretical, like you do the fundamental things of the work. Like I'm passionate of procurement. I will continue my career in procurement, but I don't have like a background education in procurement. Actually, it's a globally. It's not. There is no universities program for any university that study procurement, supply chain in general. Procurement will be like courses or something. But for me, since I chose procurement to be my career, I have to develop my career with educational background that will support me. And SIPS, it's a great option for me. It serves me so far.
Okay, I think Asma has a little bit lack in the internet. So
I think I have an unstable connection. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm actually in Al Ula at this moment, and the connection is a
Beautiful.
little bit, yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is a clear, Asma, wonderful experience. And
Thank you.
let's go to Arij. Thank you, Asma.
Welcome.
Arij, dear, can you talk more about your experience also? We would like to know about your main career, the challenge that you faced. Actually, what's your major? Is it related to the procurement or not?
Actually, first, hi everyone. Actually, I didn't study computer science. I studied computer science, and it's nothing about the business at all, not even the procurement. So I studied computer science, and I tried to find a job. Then I worked actually in several jobs, but then I landed in procurement in one of the big companies in Jeddah, and actually I loved it. But it wasn't my field, and I didn't know how to be excellent in that job. And as everyone, I look for I was looking for promotion. I want to be like advanced in my job. So at that time, I didn't know about CIPS, or I don't know if it was there in Saudi or anyone heard about it here in Saudi. So it was 2006. So I studied MBA. So I assumed it will help me, and it helped me a little bit because it gave me some understanding about the business, but it wasn't that practical. When I joined KAUST in 2012, they offered me a CIPS, and I studied it. Some of my colleagues didn't. So I saw the difference between me and them. When I studied CIPS, it's most practical courses I've ever had. You can take the course in the morning and start to apply it to your day-to-day job immediately. So one of the examples, like one of the challenges that we have it as a procurement is managing the customer needs and wants and make them satisfied. So one of the things I learned in CIPS is stakeholder management. So it gave me like the way of how to communicate and who to communicate and how to interact with the customer. In the beginning, it was hard to do, like explain to them what a procurement roles. They think that you are there to delay their job. You have a lot of routines. It's not necessarily routine. If we did any change in the procedures, it's like blaming you. But after learning about stakeholder management, it helped me a lot to interact with them. I remember we changed some process in CAUST in how to raise an BO, and already have the MSEP. So it was much easier to me. I planned it very well from the beginning. I wrote a plan how to communicate, who to communicate first, how to train. Alhamdulillah, it went very smoothly, and the change was very smoothly. So this is one of the things that very practical you learn from CIPS. It's not like you get some theories, then it's up to you to apply it, or how to apply it. It's up to you. With CIPS, no, they give you the theory, how to apply it, and how to get benefit of it.
So what I understand from you, Arish, that this is why you choose CIPS.
Yes,
because of this reason. Yeah, I can touch this. So
it's offered to me, and some of my colleagues, as I said, refused to take it. But at the beginning, I didn't know about it. But when I finished, I see the difference between me and the one who didn't take it. You know, there is a huge difference between the one who knows and the one who doesn't.
Yeah, Asma, do you have the same reason of the why you choose CIPS?
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, I'm choosing CIPS to support actually my career. It's supporting. It's a fundamental thing, as I stated earlier.
Exactly.
For procurement, yes, and you know CIPS and applied learning, they are very selective in the instructors, so very qualified instructors to explain the modules for us, and with very strong experience and great models for us as a members. So we will earn benefit theoretically from the structures, from their experience. So it's a full package for people who want to continue in procurement field. Yes.
Yes. So you advise the ladies to go through this path with the MSIPS and the qualification.
Exactly. I really support. Yes, I support this idea. Especially, you know, we have not much female in this field. I think this is globally as well, not here
big
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yes, and become very trendy in Saudi Arabia, and also for 2030 vision, they are focusing in supply chain overall and procurement and spend efficiency, spend visibility, and of all of these things, it's part of procurement. It's a core of procurement, and yes, come and join us.
And you, Arij, what do you think? Are you going to direct and give advice for your relative or for any ladies to go through the same path that you had?
Actually, I already did. So I convinced some of my colleagues to join because, as you know, CAUST offered it to their staff. So I encouraged them to join. I encouraged some of my colleagues outside because as Atia mentioned, that most of the companies are requesting CIPS as one of the qualifications for procurement.
I can touch this now, yeah.
Yes, so if after 5 years or 6 years, as we were talking with you earlier today, you will not find a place for you. So either you get in the race and improve yourself by having CIPS, or you will be left out, or you will have less chance in get promoted or even get hired in this field.
Exactly. And the things that I touch, even especially from Asma, for more than one occasions, when she said, I interest to doing procurement. And I can find this thing from the way that she talk and work, that she feel, this interesting in the work, because she understands exactly what's this about. What do you think, Asma?
Yeah, I'm very
like,
passionate actually about procurement. I'm very, I've never thought one day I will choose this career. And the few months I started my journey in procurement, I fell deeply in love with this field. That's why I put myself to educate myself more in this field, reading articles, reading a global standards, and the update of the recent research and articles in procurement and supply chain in general. And I did my CIPS, and I'm working toward my MCIPS now. And I'm encouraging everyone, if they just to try procurement, you'll never go back at all.
Okay, this is beautiful, Asma. Beautiful.
Yes.
Arish, do you think with your all life as a mother and worker, can you have this time to finish and study?
Actually, CIPS is very important. It gives you a wide range of knowledge, but it's the same time, it's not hard to study, especially with assignment. I really prefer assignment, because assignment is give you time to read and apply it to your work. It doesn't need memorization and spending time memorizing. No, it's understanding. You see the big picture. Then you can implement it in your, like with assignment, implement it immediately to your job. You take one case that you are stuck with or struggle with and put it in the assignment. And when they give you the feedback, to show you where to look, where to emphasize more, where to concentrate more. So you have a time. I did the CIPS and I did then the MCIPS, and with assignment, which the way I took it, it's very good. And you have a time. They give you like 4 weeks to write an assignment. If you have 2 hours a day, that will be more than enough.
It's sort of like investment in the time.
Exactly. So I'm a mother of 3 kids. I have a full-time job. I have teenagers at my home. You can imagine. So, so I still were able to take it. It's really important. Like if you spend, if you look at your schedule, you will spend 2 hours watching TV, 1 hour playing video games, maybe 2 hours online, checking Facebook and this. If you take 1 hour a day for 4 weeks, for sure you will do more than assignment. And the assignment is like 3,000 words or so. It's not that hard. The good things, it depends on understanding. You understand it well, you apply it well, it will stay with you forever. If you memorize something, you will forget it. If you understand it and apply it, that's it. You get it forever.
Okay, ladies, would you like to add anything at the end of this conversation? Asma, let's start with you. I feel your eyes want to say something. Yes.
I just have one advice: never stop learning. Learning will not stop at your college degree. You have to find a way to learn and develop your career to support your career with. That's it.
Okay, Arij.
I want to say something. After the first diploma, I get my first promotion, and after the MCIPS, I get the second promotion. So it has influence in your career. It's proven that for me. But in the same time, is learning something and applying it to your work, it's something else. If you really understand what you get and you apply it to your work, you will stand in the crowd. So your management can see the difference between you and others who didn't have it. That will give you better chance. There's no promises here, but it depends on you. It's entirely up to you to work hard and study and apply. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, ladies, so much for your sharing your experience with us. Thank you so much. We will back to you, Atia. I think we have a couple of the questions here, and we would like to go for our audience that you can write your question regarding the MCIPS in the Q&A here. So Atia can share with you the answer and support you. Plus that you can go through the link there to registration again, and just leave your information. Male or female, it's open for you all. Okay, it's fine. And we will back to you through email with more information. So Atia, I will going to handle you the question.
Thank you very much, Lubna. Asma and Arij, I'll keep the platform open to yourselves as well. If you'd like to answer any questions or have any input that you'd like to contribute as well. So I'm just going to quickly go into the first Q&A, which is in Arabic. So Lubna, you're going to have to help me with this one. The first question.
Okay, the guy Walid, you asked about في شهادة للحضور. حضور الويبينار هذا لا من غير شهادة. He asked about this webinar if we were going to distribute a certification for attendance. No, we don't do this, Walid. I'm sorry. Okay.
What you can do, Walid, is for attending any of our CIPS programs or webinars, you can actually apply for your CPD points. If you log into your My CIPS, you can add the CPD points for attending any of our CIPS events. So you're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah.
Manoj, we will be sharing a presentation. Thank you very much for your question. We will be sharing the presentation. You will all be receiving a follow-up email. I know the links have gone live, and as everybody on the forum has said today, we do have a Women in Procurement program, but we do also run the CIPS Applied Learning program, which for the core content and modules is exactly the same. The only difference, and Rahaf, I'm going to answer your question here at the same time as well. The difference between the Women in Procurement program and the standard CIPS Applied Learning program is that we have included some additional mentoring and support for the Women in Procurement program. However, the core modules, the assignments will remain the same. We run syndicated programs throughout the year. We will actually have a CIPS Applied Learning syndicated program starting in July at both the practitioner level and also the advanced practitioner level. So anyone who would like to attend a CIPS Applied Learning program, you can do so in July. Our Women in Procurement program, the schedule will be shared with all of our attendees, is starting in the first week of July. As I've mentioned, we do have 2 levels where we'll be beginning at the practitioner level and the advanced practitioner level. Rahaf, your question was, why is there a specific program for women? We worked long and hard and thought about whether we needed to implement this in line with the Saudi Vision 2030, in line with the UAE and the boost for having more women on boards, having more women working in senior procurement roles. We felt that as the Chartered Institute in Procurement and Supply, that it was our job to contribute and ensure that we are helping to upskill the females in the procurement profession so that they are working in senior roles, they are representing procurement at board level, and we provide the necessary support, qualifications in order to help them get there. Next question, Sahar, thank you for your question. Thank you, Rahaf, Manoj and Walid for your questions. Do we need any specific education background to be eligible to apply in this applied learning program? There are 2 levels to the program. The practitioner level, which is the foundation level program, there are no entry requirements. It is perfect for a new graduate to join the program, anyone who is new to the procurement profession, who would like to ensure that they are upskilled and have the right competencies to do their jobs. The practitioner level would absolutely be the place to start. For anyone who has experience within procurement, has completed a diploma level 4 in procurement and supply chain CIPS qualifications, or if you would like to undertake the CIPS competency assessment, we will determine whether you can start at the advanced level or at the practitioner level. So I hope that answers your question there, Sahar. Just quickly, I'm going to take this back to the panel. You were all part of the applied learning program. What advice, Arij or Asma, would you give to your colleagues who would be thinking of enrolling onto this program or undertaking the assignments? Would you have any advice for any of our attendees today?
My advice is to focus on learning, not to focus on getting a certified and promotion. Focus in to learn more. Try to apply it immediately in your work so you get the benefit at the best. Also managing your time. If you have assignment in 4 weeks to deliver, you don't need to wait until the last week to start writing it. So give some time, read more. Knowledge is the thing that will stay with you, not the certificate. Because once you get the job, what you're gonna do in the job is what's prove you and give you the promotion, not the steps in your CV. Thank you.
Thanks, Arij. Asma, anything you'd like to add?
Just
I think we have a connection issue. Asma, we'll come back to you. I think we're having a network issue here again. We'll move on with the questions. So Salman, your question is that you're currently residing in KSA. We do have self-study options. Absolutely, you can get in touch if you register your interest at the link that we have. We're happy to talk to you regarding a self-study option where you can take the qualifications, access our e-learning, and take the examinations to work towards your MSIPs. Let's have a look. Parmis, thank you for your question. Absolutely, you can. Parmis's question is it possible to register learning problems and attend from Iran? We are running these programs virtually. So there are no restraints on who can attend the program. I know we've had colleagues from Iraq joining our previous Women in Procurement session. So absolutely, leave your details and register, and you can join the program virtually. The Women in Procurement program, as I mentioned, is starting in August, sorry. We have an anonymous attendee who's talking about having their MBA in supply chain management. You can absolutely undertake the competency assessment. With an MBA, you may well be eligible to join directly at the advanced program, but your assessment result will determine whether you're starting at the advanced program or the practitioner program. Sarah, I think we answered your question. The only difference in the program will be the inclusion of the mentoring, the networking, and also the site visit that we've included in the Women in Procurement program. Just trying to go through all the questions here. Hamant, same thing. If you've got an MBA in supply chain management, I would recommend you take the CIPS competency assessment to determine if you may join directly at the advanced practitioner program. As the ladies, Arij and Asma, have mentioned, the applied learning program are assignment-based programs, so you will be undertaking CIPS assignments. We have a thesis, a dissertation at the end. It is an applied learning program that you'll be able to join. Let's have a look. Ibrahim, how to prepare for upcoming exams which will ease me to achieve the first level. If you're talking again about the practitioner level, it is a fully supported program. You are provided all the material from CIPS. You are provided tutor support. You are given guidance on how to complete a CIPS assignment. So we will fully support you and help you to fulfill your MSIPs. I'm trying to have a look at all these questions because we've got quite a few, and I think I'm missing some here. Let's pick out some other questions. Okay.
What we could do is at the very end, we'll just collect all the questions that we didn't answer and then pop them into an email. Yeah.
Absolutely. But we've got some great comments here. Amr, thank you for your feedback. Well done, Asma and Arij. Great way to share your experiences and benefits of pursuing CIPS qualifications. It's always great to hear from people who have actually undertaken the journey. So thank you both for sharing your experiences. Let's have a look. Is there anyone else who'd like to come in and answer any of the questions? Let's have a look. We have one question here which says, one of the speakers mentioned that you can have the certification with assignment approach instead of exam. Can you explain the difference? And that question comes from Ibrahim Al-Adil. Absolutely. We have various routes to achieving MSIPs. We have a qualifications route. The qualifications route is typically a self-study program in which you would need to undertake the CIPS exams in order to achieve your MSIPs. The program that both Arij and Asma have undertaken and that we've been talking about today is an assignment-based approach where we're actually talking about work-based assignments, real-life examples. Arij, Asma, were there any assignments that you recall doing or any that stick to your mind that you worked on for good or bad reasons? Arij.
Yeah, I remember I was a category specialist, and one of my job is to do a category plan for one of the categories. And the assignment was about doing category plan. So it was for me doing the job and the assignment in the same time. So I remember it, it's stuck in my head.
Assignment. Asma, what about yourself?
The thing that I will never forget is drafting clauses in the contract. I used to work in contracting or strategic sourcing, strategic contracting as well. So I learned how, at the same time, I learned how to draft the contract and commercial part from CIPS actually, and I'm still practicing this until now.
Great. And it's glad to hear that you had such experiences that they still stick with you. So that's fantastic news. I know you've both gone through the applied learning program. We do have lots of other questions here. We will make sure that we get back to everybody with the questions. I know there's a few questions about, one of the questions we have is, would it be difficult for someone who's not fluent in English? We do have bilingual tutors that deliver some of our programs. However, the assignments will be English. This being mainly because English is the business language that we have. I'm trying to have a look at some of the questions we have here. Sam mentioned absolutely the women in procurement sessions that we run, the applied learning, we have, they are actually run by women tutors as well. So it's an amazing network of personal experiences that we can share. We have platforms like this in which we can discuss challenges that we face as women in procurement, but also we have some great inspirational speakers who talk about their experiences. Between Lubna, Arij and Asma, thank you very much for sharing your experiences. You are great inspirations to everybody attending today, and we hope we get registrations for the applied learning programs. We're absolutely happy to support you with your registration and to get you enrolled. That's all the questions that we've gone through. We will make sure that we address all the questions. Lubna, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, for me right now, no. I think we had a lot of conversation regarding the CIPS program and the applied learning for women. Well, all what I can say, this is a big chance from CIPS to the ladies, and we prepare all this information to deliver really great and the best knowledge regarding the procurement. And always I'm working with my huge dream to find the ladies really professional in procurement and supply chain, as well as the men, our brothers, let's say, okay? And that's why we have this program. Many procurement heads, they call me or joined with me and ask me, look, now we are not finding enough ladies with the qualification as much as men. Please encourage them to get this certification. The future is not easy. The future will be a huge comparing and challenging in the certification and experience. So we have to be ready as ladies and everyone, of course, but let's push ourselves and encourage ourselves to get a really a good certification and qualification as an MSIPS. So this is my advice and my message to to everyone, not only ladies, but really we have a shortage in the lady, let's say in the HR market, the human capital. Okay, so we need to support you ladies. So that's why we have this program special for the ladies. And this is all what I have. Thank you, Atia, for joining us and to be here. Thank you for you, Arij, to share us this information. Asma, I would like to thank you even with your hanging there in Al-Ula with your weak okay, internet. Thank you for all of you. And Dana, thank you to make this thing happen.
Thank you, Lubna.
Anyone
Thanks,
would
ladies.
like to add anything at the end?
Yes, I want to comment on the guy who says that if the English is not that good. I don't want this to hold him back. Actually, it's not an English course. So if you have a fair English, I think it's enough and more than enough to study. Don't hold yourself or stop because you're not like great in writing essay or something. Just try and start. I started with very poor English, but a lot of readings and a lot of writings really helped me and improved my English also, not only the procurement. Thank you.
I'd just like to add as well, thank you very much, everybody. And it's great to see people progress through their journey. I remember, Areej, we were at KAUST in, I think, 2013 when you first enrolled on the program. So it's great to see that you've achieved your MSIPs, you've been promoted within the organization and you're thriving. Asma, same, I know we've been part of this journey and we hope to be able to pass that on to everybody else. And continue to run our Women in Procurement programs. As I mentioned, we have one running already. We'll be starting the next Women in Procurement Applied Learning program in August. And we hope to help support the visions of the GCC and be a part of that journey and see more and more women representing procurement. So that when Lubna says every time we go to an event, it's more males than females. Absolutely, we want to see more women representing this profession and to support you through that journey. So thank you all very much for attending. The registration links are in the chat button. So if you'd like to register your interest or you have any further questions, we'll be more than happy to address them for you. We will also be sending out recordings of the presentation, but we'll also be sending out further information and presentations if you'd like to see them. And we hope to see you all enrolled onto one of our Women in Procurement or our Applied Learning for the men also. We'd like to see you on the program. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Areej. Thank you, Lubna. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Asma, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Areej.
I'm back. And thank you all. Thank you.